All right, welcome back. We are the Political Insiders here in New York. I'm with Pat Goodell, Martin Hinton sitting in for Doug Schoen. I'm John LeBoutillier. Thanks for watching. And thank you for watching us on Sunday night every week. We feel very good about our audience and loyal to you. All right, Mike Huckabee, former governor of Arkansas, ran in 2008 for president. Then he came to this network, did a show. He left the show last fall to run again for president. Hasn't gotten much attention, Pat, until this weekend when he made a very provocative analogy that the Iran nuke deal, in a sense, has put Israel back in a state where they're bordering on another Holocaust.
Yeah, well, what he said was, let's remember, that they were being led to the ovens.
Yeah.
That this was a deal. That is it caused enormous reaction, to say the least. It is, you know, I like Huckabee a lot personally, whatever. I think he's having a tough time in this election, getting grounding. The people run before not doing well. There's not a looking backwards, I think. The problem for this is what it says about the overall Republican strategy. President Obama in
strategy to defeat the Iran nuke deal in the Senate especially.
Yes.
Okay.
The President Obama this morning on Monday morning when this happened, came out, attacked Huckabee, said it was terrible, whatever. He wants to make this a partisan gig where you Democrats are for me, Republicans are against us, all the Republicans. The Republicans so far are playing in this. The more their extreme rhetoric. Look, this whole deal will collapse. I've been looking at numbers and working on numbers for Secure America now. I am telling you, just getting the facts out destroys us. They know how bad this is. And the deal is already, Pew shows it's already 10 points behind. That may be slow, even that may have already been exceeded. What this kills this deal are the facts and the information and the fear about Iran. And the issue, though, is what Democrats are going to do. If Republicans continue to do what they always do, which is you throw him in the briar patch, Obama, throw him in the briar patch, make it partisan.
They overdo it.
If they would sit back and do this, and remember, Democrats will decide.
Martin, you agree with that?
Well, I mean, again, this is, you talk about the insider, the way to look at this. And I think it's fascinating, the idea that they are, without realizing it, doing something to make themselves front and center in the media. And Huckabee made a provocative statement, got an enormous amount of attention.
They want to be front and center.
Exactly.
Because he's running for president.
But he's achieved one success by becoming the sort of talking point of the day, and hey, he's running for president. At the same time, he's aided his opposition in passing a bill that he is criticized with this, you know, zinger one-liner or over-the-top statement, however you want to say. It just strikes me as it's an odd combination
of the same thing. Like Senator Cotton, who is a very patriotic guy. I'm not criticizing him, but his strategy is wrong. He did the letter to the Iranians. I agree with Pat. It's too much. I think of Sandy Koufax. You know, he was in the majors for 6 years, and he couldn't throw a strike, but he had an unbelievable fastball. Till one day, a guy said, Sandy, throw 80% as hard. Boom. He throws harder at 80% and had control. They need to scale back the GOP.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. So the idea is, if they were to step back and be very cold and clinical,
80%.
This deal means this. This deal means this. You tell me that's what we should do as a nation. Is it good for America? Is it good for the world? And that's not happening.
No.
That should be their strategy.
That should be. All they need to do is inform the American people. Here are the facts. Mr. Senator, Mr. Secretary, you're wrong. Is this not true? Is this not?
But they wanted the soundbite.
And then begin to build the message and say to their Democratic, all of us should be voting for the country. So this should not be a partisan.
And let's
but
bring
they
up
can't help themselves.
We got to bring up in the time
UN. Well, I was going to.
The UN. Go ahead.
So I was curious about the So is the UN going to the UN an example of perhaps the Democrats misstepping, or is that something
Obama misstepping?
Well, tell me what you think
there
about
are
that.
a lot of look. I believe it is a moral question. What is eventually going to be a factor, and should have been already, is what they did in the UN. For the President and Kerry to thumb their nose at the constitutional process of our country, to basically say American law doesn't matter, is a terrible thing. And I want to tell you, I personally believe it's so outrageous. Whether you're a Democrat or Republican, whether you're for the deal or against, you should vote this thing down to once again restore America's sovereignty in its
By the
own
way-
law.
Now,
The
John,
president
you
was
did
lawless.
note the UN's very efficient. They got it all done in 30 minutes.
30
Exactly.
minutes. The whole
Yeah.
thing was set.
Just like the Iranians
Really looked over it.
Like the Iranians counted 30 million ballots a few years ago in less than 1 hour.
Yeah. By the way, look at the
We
other
gotta wrap.
thing. Let me just say one other thing. We find out today that what was a red line back in Luzerne at the quote framework, which is the PDMs,
The
which
history
is
of their nuclear program.
has
We've
been
trashed it
We
now.
trashed it. It's a secret agreement with now in secret papers. The other thing is we find
Gotta
that
wrap it up, Pat.
that Iran is, they're going to deliver the samples to our people for the
Yeah, sure.
inspection, right? You trust
I
them.
think the big trend, and then we'll end here, is that with Obama, what we've seen is domestically, he ignores Congress to do executive orders. And now internationally, he ignores Congress to use
He's
the
lawless.
UN to supersede Congress. And on the right, for years, there's been this fear of one world government.
Yeah.
And
Well,
that's
this was
what
it.
this reinforces. And it's
This
not
is
a
one
good
world.
thing. And I want to see a Republican candidate running against it. They haven't mentioned it yet.
They haven't said anything because they don't believe in anything except their own ambition.
Well, we believe in the Political Insiders at 7:30 Sunday night with Harris Faulkner. For Martin Hinton, Pat Goodell, I'm John LeBoutillier. Thanks for watching. See you Sunday night.